Hey guys! I have a sketchbook tour for you today. This is my first multimedia sketchbook. And it's also the first sketchbook ever in which I used color, so I was experimenting a lot in this one. It's pretty thin, as you can tell. I started this in May of 2017, and then I drew like 3 pages and completely forgot about this, worked in another sketchbook, and then in December of 2017 I started this again and I finished this in January of 2018, so it took me around a month to finish, basically, if you don't count the first 3 pages. So let's jump into it. I will talk about the stickers in the front and in the back at the end of the video. I always have the first page where I try out the different media, so this says "Try me, bitch," because I'm a meme queen. And I was just trying out different things on here to see if they breathe through or not. These are watercolor sketches that I did in the summer when it was really warm in Germany and I live by a lake, so I went out and went nature sketching by the lake and I saw a little bird and sketched that. This is watercolor, and then I used a little bit of acrylic here for the white. I'm still really happy with these ones, to be honest. The first few pages are pretty rough because in between May and June of working like at the first 3 pages and when I actually finished the sketchbook, I did the Sketchbook Slam challenge where I did a 300-page sketchbook and my sketchbook work improved so much. So actually these colorful figure drawings are from December when I went back to fill some of the pages in the front because they were very empty, but these ones, this one, they are very old. It was at my grandma's when I drew these, I remember that. Alright, so here we have a character of mine, Ashley and Spencer, and then lots of Claire Wendling studies. I really like her very loose strokes and yeah, brushwork, you could say. So I just copied her sketches and drawings, and with these two I added a little bit of color. Nothing fancy. So we're approaching the last pages in June. These were little, I guess, outfit designs for a video game that I love playing, which is Morrowind. It's the 3rd Elder Scrolls game. And I just wanted to explore a little bit the style of the people that live in that world. Here's a character from that game. Here's my character. The anatomy is very wonky. These are stickers that I made later that year that I just put in here because it was very empty and white. This is Rey from Star Wars and they were kind of misprints, I guess. Not really, but I later fixed her face a little bit because she looked a little bit too chunky. This one is a historic day in Germany. This was the 30th of June, which is when Germany finally got marriage equality, and I just wanted to draw my characters. That's Socrates and that's Maximus, and they are married. So I kind of wanted to celebrate the fact that we finally have marriage equality in Germany. Here's a sketch of the random astronaut. This one is cut out because I did another sketch of an astronaut right next here and it looked really nice and I glued it in another sketchbook. And I think this is around the time in December when I started working on here. So I started with figure drawing and then I wanted to use color, but I didn't really know how, so I drew this and I still don't know what it is. Then I kind of freaked out because I thought, oh god, I don't know how to do that and how to use watercolors and blub. So I drew this, which is like abstract, I guess. I just did that to kind of loosen myself up and to teach myself that it's okay to just blob something on the page and it might look nice anyways, so here we go. I really love figure drawing and I discovered that if you do it with watercolor pencils and then later use water to smudge some of the edges, it gives this really nice effect and it looks like you spent a lot of time on these, although you literally only spent seconds on them, so I really like that. I also really love the color of this pen. This might be one of my favorite colors ever. One of my characters used some shiny acrylic. It's kind of hard to see. Not very happy with that sketch, but I really like the figure drawings. some hand studies, some more figure drawings. And here's where I really started to mix mediums, so I'm actually really happy with this little sketch here. These two are pretty wonky, like anatomy wise, but I really like this one, and I used my colored pencil, Copics, and white gel markers, or like white gel ink pens, and I really like the result. This is kind of where I started to understand how to mix different mediums, because I was so confused, honestly. More figures, of course, and this page is completely dedicated to Dragon Age Chil, which I was playing at that time. And my favorite character is Vorik, as you can tell. I drew him a lot. And this is supposed to be Anders, but I don't like this drawing at all. I completely messed up his face. But I'm very happy with the Vorik sketches. I think I captured him pretty well. Also, if you see quotes, these are usually from songs that I was hearing while drawing, because I don't really like white spaces in my sketchbook, so if there are white spaces and I don't want to draw in them, I usually write down lyrics of songs that I'm hearing at the time. Here's a watercolor. I wanted to try something nature-y. Sadly, the colors from that page are kind of going through on that page a little bit, but I don't care that much, it's okay. So yeah, I really like this one. This is like super simple, but I think it has a nice effect. It looks nice. Random sketches. This is K2O from Star Wars Rogue One, which I was watching back then. I think this is around the time that I got it on DVD, and I was just watching it and pausing it whenever I saw something interesting. I drew it just to find motives that I could draw and practice with the new mediums. I'm not super happy with these sketches. This one is okay, I think, but yeah, not super happy. But again, I was just experimenting and I was way out of my comfort zone. So I think for what this is, I'm actually really proud. And this, I had to patch up the sketchbook because the black layer was falling off the cover. Yeah, that's what it's called. And yeah, I had to fix that. I really love these thin sketchbooks because you can finish them very quick, but oh boy, they break very easily, so I kind of always have to fix them. I like this page, especially this little drawing here. Again, experimenting, trying out the brush pen some more, finally kind of understanding how to use it. I honestly still don't know how, but I think I made progress here. And the thought behind this was I was kind of in Star Wars mode, because this was also right before Christmas when Star Wars 8 came out. And then I decided to draw some of my characters as either Jedi or Sith. So this is Ashley as a Sith, and Sam as a Sith, and Maximus as a Sith, and here's Spencer, who looks very weird. He's a Jedi. Honestly, I didn't think about if they would be a Sith or a Jedi that much, because I think Sam would rather be a Jedi than a Sith, but I just wanted him to draw as a Sith, because Sith usually, they have evil looking scars and things like that, so I think they kind of look more interesting most of the time. Here's another Sam. Here's a Rey. More figure drawings and just studies. More Star Wars fan art, because I was hooked, let me tell you. This is after watching episode 8, because after watching episode 8, which by the way I watched at Christmas, I totally started to ship Reylo. So yeah, Reylo, Kylo. These are stickers that I made of Kylo. I think this is a really good example of how different my style is, my drawing style. If I draw traditionally versus digitally, you can tell that I have so much more control digitally, and things just turn out so much better than traditionally. So I still really need to practice my traditional to get to my digital level, but yeah, I think that's kind of funny to compare. My character Spencer, more figure drawings, Ashley. I don't like that drawing, but I like this one. More Reylo fan art, more studies from the movie from episode 7. I was just watching the movie again, pausing and drawing poses that I liked. Very iconic pose too. Sorry, this is like a complete Star Wars sketchbook, but I was so hooked. Oh, and this making weird shadows. I'm sorry about the lighting. It's very cloudy today, and sometimes the sun breaks through and makes everything very light, and then the rest is very dark. So this is gonna be a nightmare to color correct later. Alright, what do we have here? Well, just faces. I think here I was drawing only with a ink pen. I got some new ink pens for Christmas from a friend, and I was trying out to use them without any under sketch. I like that drawing, but other than that, I think it's very tricky to just draw with ink. I don't mind at all drawing with ballpoint pen. I actually do that a lot, and when I draw with my colored pencil, I also don't erase, so I'm used to not erasing, but I'm not used to not having pressure sensitivity, basically. So with this, the strokes are always very dark and very black, and with colored pencil or with ballpoint pen, you can kind of regulate how hard you press and how like opaque the stroke is that you make. Does that make sense? This is when I started watching Star Trek Discovery. Again, a very sci-fi inspired book. It's kind of weird because usually I draw my own characters a lot, and in this sketchbook I almost exclusively drew fan art. So this is Star Trek Discovery. Yeah, not so happy with this. Nah, I don't like this. I like these ones though. These two especially. Curse of Strahd is a Dungeons & Dragons campaign. I play Dungeons & Dragons once a week, and it's pretty awesome, and we started playing Curse of Strahd, which is kind of like a horror scenario, which I get scared very easily, so that was quite an event for me. But yeah, I drew Strahd. He's the main evil guy. He's a vampire, and then he's a zombie bride. These are things that I copied from just D&D rule books, and I think the Curse of Strahd like core book. So these are copied. These are just studies of those artists. I would have added their names, but I don't know the artists for each drawing. They don't put that next to the... Like, you can look in the book and there will be the artist listed, but I don't know for each specific drawing who did it, so I couldn't like put their names next to it, which I usually do if I copy something. But yeah. This is my player character that I played in that D&D campaign. Her name is Linya. I think these are the last few pages. There are like 2 more. These are my favorite because I really started to kind of find a style for like traditional, like how to use the colored pencil and the ink together. So this is my character Jen. Another character called Luke. I don't like these drawings. They don't really look like how I imagined them. I was just trying out new hair styles for them, but yeah, not so happy. But I really like this one. This is another character of mine, Mabel. She's from the same story. And then the last 2 pages, I really like this sketch. This one not so much, but very much this one and this one as well. This is my character Adrian. He's from another story. And then this one is my character Eowyn, and if you follow me on Instagram, you will see her a lot because I draw her a lot. And this is the last page. Actually, there's one other one, but there's nothing on there. I wrote down, this is the 15th of January, and I wrote down, I finished the sketchbook. If you don't count the break I took, this didn't take me long to finish it all. I learned a lot about sketching in different mediums and loosened up a lot. I didn't pressure myself too much, which I thought I would because of the thick paper. I love filling the sketchbook and would call it a success. Awake and trying, Mary. So yes, I really liked drawing in this sketchbook. It's, I think, the best sketchbook that I have done so far. Like that I have finished so far, or at least I'm the most happy with it because it's very colorful, and I actually really like that in sketchbooks. And my old sketchbooks were only ink and graphite, so not very colorful. So yeah, I'm actually quite proud, although as always my traditional stuff kind of can't compare to my digital, but yeah. So let's talk about these things for a second before saying goodbye. This one is my character, my player character from Mass Effect Andromeda, and I try to use foil. Don't know if you can see this here. I kind of try to use foil, but it's very hard to apply it because I don't have a laser printer, which you kind of need to do that. So I tried different techniques, and with that technique it comes out very like splotchy, which can have a nice effect as well, but yeah. So that's her. Well, yeah. That's Endless from Dragon Age, another sticker that I made, and I also put foil on that. Try to do like a grungy effect. And then we have another Endless, which is kind of a mistake. I was trying to put blue foil on his eyes, but that kind of failed. But I still put it on here because why not? And something dropped on here, so the paint is coming off. What? No, the paint, the ink. Okay. This is a sticker. It says rebellion springs from hope and hope springs from rebellion. And this is Reyes, also from Mass Effect Andromeda, which is kind of my favorite character in that game. And again, foil. And then on the other side, we have that Kylo sticker that I made. Live your best life. I think there's a YouTuber that always says that, and I kind of resonated with that. That is Yoda. The greatest teacher failure is. Love that quote, and I think it fits very well to a sketchbook. There's my Rey. And there's another Reylo kind of thing. And here's a quote from Kylo: let the past die, kill it if you have to. Also resonated a lot with me, to be honest. And here's Leia, who is my favorite character from Star Wars. I love her. So yeah, that's that. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please consider subscribing. Come join the team. We're very friendly here. And yeah, I will see you next week. Bye!